What's going on, Deep Dive Spear crew? Got Brock here working on the 1973 222 again today. Yesterday I did a little bit of layout and thinking I had to figure out where my tank was going to go between my stringers so I can actually set up the brackets inside of my stringers and get those pinned in before I finish my laminating schedule and fill those with foam. So I took my console and also my leaning post and went ahead and set those in and made sure that I had my tank set where I needed it and set those up at the right place. I wanted them just a little bit forward to where the old ones were, about 1.5 feet. I'm trying to offset some of the weight that's going to go back here with a 4-stroke and a bracket. So I'm going to do some layout marks on those today. Had to make sure that I could put access plates. One's going to go under the console and then one's going to go inside of the leaning post because it's a hollow leaning post. And those access plates to get to the parts on my tank will go inside of there. I'll give you a quick look right here. So my tank is sitting right here. I'll have an access plate up under here and then an access plate up under here. As you can see, you get in there. And I'll take this aluminum bar right here, cut it down into 1-foot sections. I'll put a piece inside of the stringer and then a piece on the outside of the stringer, and that'll tie where my straps come across my tank right here and tie in. I've got some stainless steel self-tapping screws, and that actually hold the bar in place until I actually get it and pin it with these straps. So I'll get a Sharpie, do some layout marks on here so I know where everything is, how it all lays out. That way I can go ahead and start finishing up my lamination schedule for my stringers, and I've got some foam on order so I could foam those up. I'm using some 4-pound foam inside of here. Stuff's expensive, but I've got about 9.5 cubic feet per stringer. So when you order that 4-pound foam, it comes in, it's a 2-part foam. It comes it's going to take basically 2.5 gallons of each type of foam material mixed together to make a 5-gallon batch to fill each stringer. So 10 gallons is what it was called for. How'd I figure it? I just took my average depth of my stringer, and then my top and my bottom is a trapezoid. Got online, did a trapezoid volume calculator, and came out with 9.55 cubic feet per stringer. And each one of those gallons, mixing 2 gallons together, you get 4 cubic feet of expansion, and so that's what I came up with. So hopefully that works. That's what I'm going with. Today I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, go ahead and mark these out, pull these back out of the boat, get them out of the way. When you're working by yourself, you need one of these. It's pretty easy. I'll take my forks, put it up in the boat, and then lift them out of the way. If you're by yourself, you need a second person to try to move this stuff in and out. Bless you. And here we go. Go ahead and mark out where my tank is going to sit. You see the old tank, the rear of the tank was right here. So I shifted this forward. That's going to move a lot of the weight toward the center of the boat. And so I'm going to go ahead and mark this out. This is where the straps come across. So I'll go ahead and mark this out on both sides. And also I'll put a mark right here so I know exactly where the tank goes once I get down my laminating schedule. You can see your marks through this laminating resin. You can see them fine until you actually, if you come back in and cure it with some gel coat, you'll be able to see them until then. And I marked where the rear of my leaning post is going to go, and the rear of my console goes right there. That way I'll have an access plate here and an access plate up there. Not quite sure if I'm going to go ahead once I get the deck in and do a full access right here. If something goes wrong and I have to replace something, I'm going to have to pull the console and pull the leaning post to access it anyway. So I may just go ahead and do it as is. And if that happens some years later, I'll have to come in and actually cut the access plate in anyway. But Six one way and half dozen the other to me, really. So here we go.